Hello and welcome again to the Advanced Television Video channel. Service providers are under increasing pressure to provide the consumer with the ultimate in terms of quality of service and flexibility and functionality. And a TV provider can no longer just be a passive carrier of content to the subscriber, but must be an active intermediary, and the content delivery network is central to that. So that's what I've brought my guests together to discuss this afternoon. And as usual, I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. Matt.
I'm Matt Widmer. I am Chairman and CTO of Vision 24/7. This is a smaller group of companies who specialize in broadcast services, everything from television playout to OTT delivery to any device.
I'm George Micheladze from Carva. I'm Director of Business Development. Carva is providing very low-level but very essential technologies to service providers, to integrators.
And my name is Jacques Lemanque. I am the President and CEO of Broadpeak. And at Broadpeak, we provide CDN technology, streamers, CDN management and analytics to network service providers who want to deliver video for their own services or for other content providers.
CDN, when it started, was mainly defined as a service which operates streaming servers on public internet. Now, let's say now it's 7 years how this industry it's booming. Competition it's much tougher, and one could say that CDN business evolved to much more complex service. Like in our case, or maybe to look into it, it started obviously with streaming servers. Now toolset grossly expanded. First CDNs expanded in content media asset management. Then they provided into transcoding, encoding. Then they provided into providing players which customers can simply use off the shelf. Some of them, like us, even expanded providing payment gateways. And so it's really, I think, the transit business, which was the core of CDN business model at the start, it's sort of disappearing. Importance of transit, it's less and less with the view that margins are grossly reduced. So like in our case, our main product, even we are perceived as a CDN operator, but we are really, truthfully, we are actually service provider providing content owner or network operator with the solution to provide complete model of running their TV channels or on-demand portals, even providing apps. So it's really, I would say that the CDN, we like to label ourselves as a beyond CDN operator.
Our approach is we're trying to improve mainly quality of experience and cost effectiveness of technologies. We're trying to make it best to attract subscriber, to attract to use OTT and IPTV services rather than regular cable. So this is, I think it is very important, and we are seeing this is happening. So if, for example, it's very simple, but channel change time, when it's 5 seconds channel change time, then it's boring and you don't want it. And everyone is complaining that old good analog cable TV was good, and now it's bad. And so we are trying to do these simple things, but I think they are very essential.
So this is making IP television, however it's provided, as like DVB television as possible.
Yes, not even DVB. DVB also is a little bit not so user-friendly, say. So I mean that we have seen in markets where one operator has better quality of experience, and quality of experience I don't mean only non-blocking video or sound. So I mean very fast, instant channel change, instant rewind from live TV. We're trying to make it's little bit curious, but we're trying to make IPTV and OTT, because in OTT it's even worse. Yes, make it more like TV and more like DVD user experience, because many are used to it. We need to attract subscribers to this, and we need them to want to consume content. Even joking, it's like joke, yes, we are joking, but we're calling our fast channel change technology content discovery technology. Indeed, if you are changing channels, so I'm talking about these changing channels, but it's simple, but it's essential that if you are changing channels in 5 seconds, then you get bored and you don't want it. But if you are changing like we do in 0.2 seconds, it's like you are pushing button and it's already changed. So then you can go like 3 channels per second.
So it seems like a small thing, but it's a big thing.
Yeah, when you are tired, you don't tolerate this waiting, progressing download, this buffering, this is all frustrating. Yes, so we try to improve this, and we see. I can give you an example of this. There are 2 operators, for example, in Georgia. One with our technologies, and second without. Okay, so there is such a parameter as concurrent time shifting percentage. Yeah, so how many people or viewers are time shifting? I mean, not watching live, but recorded content. So in general, it's interesting your opinion as well. But in general, it's like 5%. Everyone says it should be 5%, maximum 10%. In our case, it's 40%. Why? So because it's very easy to consume.
It sounds like a key definition of a CDN is its attempts to overcome the limitations of the network. And you know, scalability is obviously a key capability. Now, as a technology provider, how are you achieving that, and in what direction is that being driven?
Yes, scalability is clearly an important feature. We learned that from the past. We started doing IPTV in 2005, and we deployed the IPTV system for Orange in the past for video on demand, but also for the portal, and we had to deal with millions of subscribers. And when we started doing the OTT, we first believed that it would be lower bit rates, that use cases would be less, and what we are seeing is that the consumption is exploding. A good indication for that was the Live Olympics. I don't know if you attended the CDN World Summit this year, but Richard Cooper was talking about, from the BBC, was talking about the patterns of usage of live TV during the Olympics, and he said that they've seen 700 gigabits per second for live OTT as a peak. So that's a lot of traffic, and if you want 700 gigabits per second peak, so that's a lot of streaming capacity that you need, and a lot of scalability in your system that you need to be able to deal with that type of traffic. And what is nice is not only this number, but what is nice is to compare it with the Beijing. And Richard Cooper again was saying, you know, that for Beijing it was like the same type of patterns, except that it was like 1/10 or 1 cent of the consumption. So because of the usage, because people are watching any type of content on any type of device, and that they don't want to stay only with the VOD, but also with live television, we're seeing this traffic growing very fast. If you compare the live peaks to the VOD peaks, you could actually see a ratio of 7:1 in favor of the live traffic, actually.
So as soon as there is a live feed available, that's what people want.
People will watch the live event at the same time, because the live event is for sports events.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So obviously technology, it's now arriving to the market, which is inexpensive and deliver user experience as people are used on DVB. With respect to usage, we did recently, actually not so recently, in January this year, when we launched the service on Freeview, We are supporting as well directly Freeview devices, which is the biggest DTH platform in the world. Typically, every home in UK having two Freeview set-top boxes or TV set with built-in Freeview set-top box. So we did calculation what would happen if peak usage is per the same ratio as peaking on Freeview at the peak hour. What would happen if everybody would start pulling streams from internet? And we calculated that actually required bandwidth in UK, the UK backbone would need to be around 45 terabits. What I'm trying to say that the exponential growth which we are expecting, because obviously 700 gigabits during the Olympics is the biggest measured ever consumption in online video, but it's still very, very marginal drop in the ocean comparing to usage of a DVB TV.
This is some reserve for growth there, yeah.
So it's theoretical impossibility for infrastructure to grow fast enough as we expect the usage will grow. We actually calculated that it's no way that infrastructure growth can accommodate usage.
So it's not a CDN issue, it's a bandwidth issue once you're into the pipes.
Actually, it's a technology issue. With the current approach where OTT business is delivered purely from originating origin server all the way to consumer viewing device as unicast stream, it's theoretical impossibility for OTT ever to manage to replace DVB. So we actually developed technology where we are actually tunneling multicast from source to the last mile, and at the last mile what we call virtual proxy multicast servers are splitting the streams to end users. So in a way, all the way to the last mile, everything it's multicast, what we call virtual multicast, and that's the technology we are promoting.
So this is node servers and then edge servers.
Correct, and this is technology I mentioned earlier before we started recording, which we plan to start licensing to OEM partners early next year.
Actually, we have a similar way of addressing this, also with multicast capability. So we provide a technology that lets an operator, a content provider, or a network service provider take that content, whether it's HLS or smooth streaming, make it available as multicast. But then our proxy is actually the home gateway or the set-top box. So we don't have an intermediate or interim type of server in that case. But I join you on this because this is what we do with our nano CDN when we use the ultimate cache that is basically a set-top box or a home gateway as a device that will take that multicast and make it available as unicast again in the home. So I completely join you on this. Unicast is good, of course, but it's very wise to make use of multicast and broadcast techniques because they are much more efficient.